drag onto the sheet?
Just add it manually if it's not, you know, probably your best bet.
Ah, there it goes.
420 is just being slow.
You can go
Gotta
ahead
get
and
some water for
start.
this. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna start in a second. Let's go ahead and get you started here. So Druid Beam. So you would have just recently got off a job from your criminal contact, since that is that's going to be your main way of making money currently and living. Since you are technically on the run and don't really have any parental figures to speak of.
On the run. I was just homeless.
Well,
Or not really.
you have a criminal contact, and your
That doesn't
jobs-
necessarily mean you're on the run.
Well, we'll get to that. Let's just say some of your jobs you've done, you know, don't exactly abide by the law. Especially if you're stealing wizard books.
I returned it.
You might have kept one. But we're gonna start in the town of Olwood, where Enforcer, or as we're gonna call him, N, for this, is Enforcer. Calling this guy Enforcer several times gonna fucking make my brain go spin. Where N is starting to clean up shop, and you're on the way back from your latest job. Get your payment. So, to describe Olwood for you, basically think of, like, the most cloudy and shitty rainy town possible, that the mob almost runs all of the places. It's pretty bad. Like, the amount of guard here is also really sad. There's probably maybe 2 posted at the start of the town, which is paid off by the mob, and there's maybe like 5 guards in the town just to keep, like, outsiders at ease. Like, oh, there's, you know, people here, not run by the mob totally, when they are 100% paid off. So, as you're making your way back to N's place, just some information about him, since you didn't give me much. You know that N is a fishing sales associate business as a front, but he mostly runs business in the back for his other criminal advocates and friends. Jobs outside of fishing for getting a bit more money to pay the mob, because they charge a lot. You would probably stay in the basement. You don't really have another place to stay. Instead, you can stay with him, as long as you run him errands, and you get paid in a place to eat. You would mostly be eating fish, because unfortunately, that's what N does on his off days. When he's not criminaling, he's out fishing with the boys. And it ain't no fun. So as you're walking down the streets of Olwood back to N's place, go ahead and roll me a perception check. It's pretty good.
It is pretty fucking good.
Let me actually... That's so good that I actually have to pick up dice, because I was expecting you to roll low. That's... You have a +0 to that? Fucking... Oh.
Yeah, that's a natural 15.
Mm.
Eat my dick.
Gobble, but no, not today. You know what? I'm gonna use some nice, fun, critical role dice on you. How does that sound?
It sounds like those could potentially be mass-produced and thus imbalanced, but you know what? We can hope.
This guy's stealth isn't going to be that high. Perfectly honest. Gotta be fucking kidding. Alright. So, very obviously, in the back alley of the streets, you see, very, like, obviously dressed in a mobster attire, like black hat, black coat, trying to, like, mind his own business, but he stands out like a fucking sore thumb in the city because I rolled a natural 1. This guy going into a back alley, talking into his hand, sliding in between two buildings. From your experience with these guys, these are people who have been sent out to either kill somebody that has pissed off the mob, or they're on a job for the mob to pick up a payment. Since he also rolled a natural 1, you can see that he has a silver ring on his hand, which indicates he's like a level 2 towards the Don of the mob.
Mm-hmm.
And he slides into this alley as you're walking down the street. And eventually disappears. But if you want to keep going or go after him, that's your choice. But if not, you'll keep on walking back to Inn's place.
I have no reason to chase after such a shitty assassin.
It's fair. Well, you don't know what he's up to, and he's probably not very good at it. Fucking natural 1.
Yeah, if I can get him to follow me into my house, he's the one that's fucked.
As you get to Inn's place, the lantern is doused and the door is closed. There's no light inside currently. Usually that means he's out on the job, but you do have a key. So if you'd like to enter and wait for him to get back, he'll be home pretty soon.
I'm gonna check the doors, make sure no one's gotten in before me.
Roll me investigation. You check the door. It looks like it needs more, like, granite in the keyhole. It hasn't really, like, been taken care of that well. It's just the very shitty lock that hasn't been taken well care of. It hasn't been, like, well granted in a while, so you have to, like, jam the key in once or twice to get it open. It's shit, but it was locked before it left. It hasn't been tampered with. There's maybe some minor old lock picking damage, but nothing that looks like fresh or recent.
Alright.
Do you want to go inside?
Yeah.
Alright. As you enter, you light a lantern just so you can see. You see the old cutting boards for fish, barrels that you know that are also for shipping / sending information. Inn likes to use a party trick of put information at the bottom of a fish barrel because no one's gonna search that stinky shit. And it's very good for criminal contact business. He's able to get information around guards because they're not willing to go through that shit and go home and take a shower. That would suck. But you set your shit down, and the item that you had acquired would just be some type of book, scroll. You're not sure. It's in some kind of case. You were told not to look in it, and Inn's supposed to be shipping it off to another contact once he gets back, and you will get your payment. But as you wait, it's probably about 11 at night before you see the flickering lantern light and a short big-bodied, stout halfling walking up to the door.
Do I know this halfling?
Can't really see his face. Kind of dark outside. The windows in here are a little, clammy and uncleaned. Probably for good reason.
Shit.
Huh? Yeah, no.
Shit.
This place is not well taken care of. You think the only thing that gets cleaned are the fucking cutting boards for the fish. Like, even your basement room is kind of a piece of shit, honestly.
Yeah, there's probably tools and just things everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Do you go up to the door?
I'm gonna wait just beside the door and just, if they enter the door and I don't know who they are, I have a very nice surprise for them.
Did you relock the door, or did you...
I would have. That's
okay.
very odd. I just thought that was implied.
Alright. As the, lantern light, did you knock out the lantern, or did you keep the lantern light on?
I would have took one with me downstairs.
Right, okay. So you would still have one on.
If I'm gonna wait by the door, I'm gonna put it out.
As you put it out, this halfling goes, you hear muffled outside the door. Tries the knob, is like, fuck, I thought I swore I saw, oh right, whatever. And you hear the jangling of keys, and you can put together that this is N coming up to the door, going to unlock it.
Oh, then I'll relight the lantern.
Alright. As the door opens, you see this man. He is a halfling. Shirt is that fucking like shitty shirt that you would wear, but it would be white. Like fisherman style from those Japanese films. I don't know what the ones are called with the sleeves cut off. Like a muscle shirt. Yeah, that's
tank top?
Yeah, tank top, basically. Scruffy brown hair with a mustache. Probably about, like... He probably only comes up to your waist, because you're a fucking Goliath. You're huge. Tattoos all over his arms. He has, like, bandages wrapped around his hands where, like, fishing line has cut up his hands, and he's got fish hooks and fingers. Guy's pretty roughed up. But he walks in, looks at you, and says... If I can remember how to pronounce your fucking name again. Jolade, you scared the hell out of me. What? Why didn't you open the door?
You know, it's kind of hard to see who it is when you're so short.
Well, the windows don't get clean for a reason. Better for business. He's gonna give you this wink and this sack of very fresh but starting to slowly smell fish on the counter behind the back. And he goes behind and starts lighting up the place. Locks the door. Says, well, I'm assuming you finished your job if you're back so early. Thought this was gonna take a couple more days.
Since when have I ever needed that much time?
Well, I guess you were a big guy when I hired you. I just wasn't expecting you to use magic. Very odd seeing a Goliath do that these days. Unless you're part of the Grim Gods family, but what do I know? Do you have?
You would know as much as I do.
You roll me intelligence check if you want. Like Grim Guards.
Oh, fuck. It's not a serious check.
Oh, okay. You would actually know a little bit about them. Probably, like, not as much as you're letting on, but he doesn't give a fuck if you're lying. You're just here to do his job and get paid. You would know that they are a family of high noble Goliaths. They don't stand, like, super high in the ranking of nobles, but they do put out a good amount of warriors and/or other classes of what you would say, D&D class type shit, of like rogues or actual casters, and they're a pretty big Goliath family. They're not just Goliaths. They integrate, with humans and whatever love interests they have, but the main family is of Goliath descent. And their past would have been they made a deal with a noble in the south, and they moved out of the mountains about 1,000 years ago, and they would have saved a noble and gained an estate from said noble, and was left from him when he died. So they were basically given the status of nobility, and it is rumored that they killed the previous owner of these estates, which is why they're not very high in standing, but they do still have some sway and are still feared by like common folk. But that's would be the extent of your knowledge. You wouldn't know like any main names or any people that would actually live there. They're very private. Looks up at you and is like, "Did you get the package that I was inquiring?"
I'm assuming I did.
Yeah, you put it on the table, and he's gonna look at it. All right, and to the bottom of the barrel it goes, and he's just gonna fucking toss it over his shoulder into a barrel. Just gonna thud in there. Still no idea what's in that bitch. But he's gonna go under the counter and hand you a sack. Go ahead and add 10 gold to your inventory. You're good. I said to add 10 gold to your inventory. He paid you
10 what?
10 gold.
Okay.
He basically you gave him the basically the package. He threw it into a barrel and then handed you money.
Fair enough.
Right. All right. Yo. Are you resting here for the night? What are you doing? I'm pretty much cutting fish and heading to bed. We should have the usual meeting in the back in the morning. With that, I don't really have anything lined up for you currently, but I could find something. If you need anything else, of course, my place is always open for sleeping, unless you're gonna take that money and go to a tavern. All right. Well, In will say goodnight to you then, and he's gonna douse the lights, close up shop after doing some work. So probably work about 2 a.m. He works pretty late and wakes up pretty late in the day. And as you tinker for the night and go ahead and take your rest, the sunlight coming through the basement tiny fucking window right into your eyes. You wake up, and it's probably about say 11 in the morning, coming on to 12 in the afternoon at this point. So your tinkering and rest have come to a close. All right. So you go ahead and head upstairs. It looks like the shop is closed currently for the midday meeting. You see one person come in. He's a portly, like, dwarven man, kind of old, maybe in his like late 70s. and he is coming in and gives you a nod and slides the shelf that's on a sliding mechanism over, and he goes into the back. And it looks like the meeting is going to start soon. It usually starts around noon. So you can either stay for that or make your way out into the town and explore Oldwood and see what fruits of things are happening today. You can go to the tavern to get some breakfast, or okay, meeting it is then. As you slide this fucking bookshelf cabinet thing over and it slides back into place and clicks, you see this very nice, or would be a well-kept room if it wasn't filled with papers and maps and all sorts of shit of an assortment of just plans and succeeded tasks of these basically criminals that steal things or do jobs for a higher pay. Some of these are to undermine the Mafia. Others are to just steal magical items that will sell for a higher price in the black markets. Some are to like actually kill certain creatures or other races for their organs, or illegal like magical properties. It's a very messy room. All right, I will get with you on those gadgets later then.
Yeah, because that's not important.
But as you walk in, you see that dwarven man. You see In, and you also see a what appears to be an elf, but at second glance is an albino drow in a cloak. It's sitting in the corner.
All right.
And In gives you a nod. You've sat in on meetings before, and you keep your mouth pretty tight, so he doesn't really care. But the premise of the meeting, it goes through. They talk business, talk about what items they've been able to procure, places and people undermining the Mafia slowly, and slowly going through the basis of, okay, this guy did this, you know. We have our units over here gathering intel. Rogus is infiltrated the Mafia, has been there for about half a year now. He's a copper ring, so he's doing pretty well getting this information fed in and out. All this like just technical jargon. You see In hand this albino drow a job. Something about a organ out of some type of frog people that is high valued in the black market now for poisons. So he takes that and gives In a nod and takes his leave. But that meeting will come to a close. And as you and In and this dwarf leave the room, the dwarf nods and walks out the door. And says, looks up to you and says, "Well, I do have a proposition for you. As you know, we've been working on some things. Paying the Mafia is a little hard, and we might be behind, but this box should do us good. But if I was wondering if you could actually deliver this for me with a barrel and course." And he's gonna like basically the bag of fish he got the other day has been compact on top of this package into this barrel, and he's attached 2 leather straps for it, it seems, for someone to carry to its destination. It's a bit of information. It just needs to be carried to the other side of Oldwood for one of our contacts. They'll need this to keep on digging on getting closer to the dawn. It's a risky job, but if you can get it there, then I'd appreciate it and pay you, of course. But after that, we'll be in a dry spell for a while. But maybe in a few, I'll be able to get you something new and give you a wink.
I'll go to pick up the barrel and I'll tell him if any of this water, and I'll like, like we both know I'm not worried about the water. If any of this water gets on me, I'm charging you extra.
It's gonna like look confused and like insight you. It's like, oh right, water.
The nasty fish juice.
Yeah.
No, the nasty fish juice.
You say that to him?
Yeah, when he looks confused, I'll explain to him what I mean.
Oh, okay. He's just goes, oh, it washes off. Yes, Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it. I unfortunately now have to go back out to the ocean. It's a good 30-minute walk, so I better get going. And you would know that with that, always a coastal town. A lot of fishermen actually are from here, and a lot of exotic types of fish come from here and get shipped out. But this is just like a random Santy shack of like shit. Like this is where you would get your like base fish tavern food from. If you were to sell it there, and it doesn't sell for much. It sells for like maybe a gold per barrel of like 50 fish. It's pretty bad. And he like Olwood is huge. Like he's legitimate about it being a 30-minute walk. Like you can see the ocean from where he's at. You're like up on the topper part of Olwood, but it is just this massive town, and like the more half of it towards the ocean is these docks and rows of boats and houses on like the ocean. It's almost like half of the city is floating on this water. It's pretty insane. Is this like a thing that needs to be taken care of now, or you just have it?
That was a cantrip I made for Van's campaign that I never got to use, and it summons a weapon.
Oh, do you have it in your sheet?
I gotta copy it over.
Well, send it to me, and then go ahead and copy it over. I'll look it over while we continue.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'm assuming you head on your way to the address that was given to you, which you have to memorize, because if it gives you any paper, that could definitely compromise you if you get caught, of course. So, as you head there, you see a couple guards, which give you a nod. They don't really, like, know you or anything. It's just, again, they're paid by the Mafia. They really aren't going to do anything about people doing criminal acts unless the Mafia says, hey, this one guy, watch out for him. Don't let him do shit. Or don't let him into the town. Capture him. Bring him to us. And you're just a guy trying to make some money. You're not on anyone's radar, or at least you think. But as you're walking, just what's your passive perception?
10.
There's no fucking way. I rolled another natural 1 for this fucking guy, dude. There's no fucking way, man.
You're bad.
I gotta find dice jail, because this critical roll D20 is going to dice jail, dog.
I told you that die is probably not balanced.
I'm gonna roll it
not
again.
Not balanced in my favor.
A 12. It's a 12. A 10. A 17. A natural 20. Another natural 20. A 16. Why the fuck am I rolling a 1? Dude! God, fuck this.
That die does not seem balanced.
So upset. Anyway. As you're walking down the street, you see that same guy that you saw yesterday, but instead of going down an alley, he actually watches you walk down the street, talking into his hand, and as you turn the corner, he also disappears. He seems to be tailing.
All right.
Do you just want to keep an eye on them, ignore them, keep going?
I'm gonna try and catch him in an alley.
All right. You go left into the alley and try to cut this guy off. As you go into the alleys, Allwood has some crazy networking of alleys. You have a big patchwork of houses, shops, taverns, all that kind of shit. Is that you're testing your cantrip?
No, I was trying to get it to collapse.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to figure out how to get it to collapse down.
Yeah, I thought you were casting something. I was like, what's going on? What is he doing? But it's like it's basically like a like fucking mazes. Do you have your gutters that like go out and drain a bunch of like garbage and shit, actual shit out through these alleys? So it's like a maze network of going to the sewer system of the city in these back alleys and back doors of taverns and houses and shit. It's a literal fucking maze. Like it's hard to navigate if you don't know what you're doing. For you, I would say roll a survival check, not at disadvantage. And he's also going to roll survival. But if anyone has never been to Oldwood, you would be fucking completely lost. It's pretty good.
Suffer. That's a natural 19.
With a 9. So ironically, you're fine looking through all these alleys. He loses his way and goes the opposite direction of where you were going. But you do end up finding him on the upper side of town, him looking at his what seems to be watch. You can roll an Arcana check for that, but he's trying to figure out how the hell he ended up on this side of town when he was tailing. 11? It seems to be a watch or some type of arcane device, but you're not sure what he uses it for. Looking something up currently. Do you approach him, or are you just gonna watch him and leave him be? Because he's lost your fucking. He's lost you now. Like he has no idea where you've gone. Now you're tailing him.
How close am I to my destination?
You now chasing this guy down. Have probably thrown yourself off a little bit, but you're probably about 20 minutes away now. If you go back through the alleys at this point, you might be able to lose this guy and get to the destination where you're supposed to drop off this bag.
I'd rather go drop it off and then fight him. Or, well, not fight him, but, you know.
If it comes to it.
I mean, if I could jump the guy, I'll jump the guy.
In the middle of the street, in broad daylight. You want to jump the guy.
No, I'm always going to get him to follow me into an alley and then jump him.
So you want to get his attention?
Not now, after I deliver the package.
All right. So you're gonna okay, hold on. So you want to go deliver the package or
yes,
fish, and then find this guy and then jump him.
I did not stutter.
Okay. Roll me as a survival check as you dip back into the shadows and try to get back on the path. 14. It takes you a minute to re-navigate and retrace your steps because it's fucking maze of a back alley city. But you manage to get back to the street you were on and continue your way to this addressed place on the other side of Oldwood. As I'm currently doing something. Why did I close my token maker? I shouldn't have done that. You end up more of this. This docked area. Where you see this blonde woman with like shorter hair. She's more of a tanner skin, and like basically casual wear. But she seems to be waiting at this pickup point, and you've like ran into either wrong persons or people at the front of like you don't get a description because if you know the description, you know, intel can be lost. You don't want to be a liability basically. You could tell from her demeanor that she's definitely waiting on something.
All right.
Would you like to approach?
Yes.
All right. So that's the wrong folder, dude. I'm throwing right now, like hard.
Man, this is throwing.
I really am. What did I fucking down? I downloaded an image, and I'm so bad at existing right now. Alright, that'll have to. So as you walk up to her, she's gonna look at you and like see the barrel in your back and nod. And say, it seems my delivery of fresh cut of salmon is here, and she'll give you a wink.
I'll ask if there's anywhere she wants me to set it.
You can just hand it to me, hun. It's fine. I'll be taking it, out of town, as it were. And she'll, like, nod her head over to this, honestly kind of shitty, like, sailing boat. It could probably fit about, like, 10 people in it crammed. But it's enough to, like, you know, put a package in and get it somewhere else. So you wouldn't have to take it through Olwood to not notify the Mafia. Carrying a barrel out of town on your back probably would look very suspicious. On a boat, maybe more not.
Alright.
So she's gonna take that. And as she's getting in and setting everything down, she's gonna give you a nod, start setting up the sails. Roll me. Guess it would be another perception. As you're standing, basically. You just beat him by 2. I'm rolling so shit for these guys, dude. You don't see that same guy. Yeah, no, you fucking broke his goddamn ankles, dude. He's gone. He's fucking, you killed him. He's dead. He fucking burned in a fire somewhere.
Truly a shame.
Yeah, he's gonna get flamed by his boss for sure. He's not having a good day. But you see this guy in a more grayish suit, looking around, and you kind of meet eyes with him. And as you glance over, you see a couple more of these people, and then you realize very quickly, shit, there's a lot of mobsters here right now, watching for shit being passed off, and you just met eyes with the one guy. He managed to roll like a general 12 check, and you weren't being stealthy, you just walked up. So he gauges you. He'll slowly approach. Is there anything you want to do before that, or?
I mean, I'm just gonna act natural and start walking home.
Alright. As you start to walk past him, he's gonna catch your shoulder. And he's gonna say to you, hey friend, I See, you brought something down to the docks. Looks pretty, full there. Interesting that you're bringing a full barrel back to the sea, ain't it?
How
Doesn't
tall
look
is
at
this
you.
person?
He's just talking. He's... How tall are you? Remind me.
Like 8 to 9 feet.
He probably reaches like a pecs. But you can see he moves his coat to the side a little bit, and he does have a pretty shiny pistol at his side. You would know that these aren't really like standard issue rifles or regular guns that most like military would have. This is something that has recently popped up. These caliber pistols that can be reloaded very quickly from the bottom and deal a significant amount of damage to most creatures. To you yourself, like Goliaths, orcs, and other tougher skinned creatures, mostly not, but anything more humanoid, it hurts. Packs a little bit of a punch. It gets the job done for most people in back alleys, etc.
I'll lean over, put a very strong, like near crushing hand on this guy's shoulder, and just say, "You know, memory's not that good, but maybe, just maybe, you could jog it."
What do you mean by jogging? Jog it? Like, oh, like
Money.
ah. Roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
15.
Oh, you rolled perception first. that's kind of good. It's kind of good. He's gonna roll against you.
Oh, it's the same modifier. No, I rolled persuasion.
Fuck kidding me? I rolled.
That perception was from earlier. I rolled persuasion.
I know. I'm losing it right now.
No, I win.
My rolls are so bad. My rolls are so bad.
I know, it's working in my favor.
Oh god! No! Sorry, I accidentally clicked the bot in Spotify and I ear raped myself.
I could hear it.
I'm good now. He'll look at you and ponder. And he'll go behind his back and pull out a pouch.
Alright.
And alright, so you have to make a decision here because you either fight some people and you know what, we'll see how this goes actually. I won't explain that to you. We'll just see how this goes. It's gonna pull out a pouch of good amount of coin.
How much?
He'll look at you and say, how about 20 platinum, friend? And you tell me what you just delivered.
How many people are with him?
Roll me a perception check.
Here's the thing, though.
You
told me earlier how many there were.
Yeah, I did. But that's what you saw. You saw, like, a couple on the docks. But as you peer over, there's this one guy that's, like, shittily standing to the side who you thought was just a normal guy. He's also now looking this direction. And he looks up and around and then just, like, slowly, like, starts to reach for something. And you could probably assume, even with a shitty roll of a 3 for perception, there might be more people around than just the 3 that you saw. But you're not sure. It might only be these 4.
Um, we haven't necessarily been talking quickly. How ready is the lady that I delivered the barrel to leave?
You probably got about like 60 feet away from her at this
Hmm.
point, and she's gone. She's probably now like gotten this. She hasn't really gotten this barrel to the docks yet. Let me actually roll for her. See if she has noticed your conversation. Because you're just at the start of the docks. 7. No, she hasn't noticed shit. She's basically like has gotten this barrel into the boat probably about 200 feet away, probably
Hmm.
probably even more, and she's walking back, but she hasn't even seen that you're still there. She's probably like prepping shit for like rations and fresh water, and she's still getting ready to go. She's nowhere near getting ready to get the fuck out of here.
All right. Does he hand me the pouch?
He has it in his hand, and he gives you this look like, look, friend, if you don't want to share, we can always do this the hard way, or we could do a little search together, clear your name. No harm done.
I'll reach out my hand for the pouch.
He puts it in your hand.
All right. One second.
Oh boy. It might be down to Rumble, boys. We'll see. Stash the pouch and tell him doing a friend favor for a delivery barrel, top fish prep. That's all you know. Alright, he's gonna insight that. Roll me deception at advantage because you're technically telling the truth, but also you're leaving some parts out. Let's see who the fuck he rolls. Oh my fucking god. He rolled a 6, so he meets you. Oh man. Hmm. No, he straight rolled. It wasn't a lie, no. But he's still inciting. He's gonna look at you. Be like, oh, I don't think you're lying, but I feel like you're not telling me everything. Who is this top quality fresh friend of yours? You got a name. Alright, that would be at just a that would just be a deception check in general. Or just a flat. A competitor's name? Yeah, that would just be a flat deception check. That's really fucking good. I don't know if he can roll above that. Oh, he can't. He'll give you a nod and say, "Thank you for that wonderful information. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go talk to this young lady over here and potentially check the merchandise." And he's gonna try to start to walk past you. And there's gonna be some movement from the other guys as well. Do you leave or?
You just gave me 20 flat on my mouth there.
You're running?
No, I'm not gonna make it obvious, but I'm just gonna make myself scarce.
You're just getting the fuck out. Do
Cool.
you give her a signal or anything to get the fuck out, or?
Oh, absolutely.
Roll me sleight of hand. He's gonna roll like shit. I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna use my best dice, but I know he's gonna roll like shit. I don't know why I'm doing it. He's gonna roll like shit. There's no fucking way, dude! He doesn't notice. I'm gonna roll perception for her to see if she notices. Dog, all of these fucking dice are going into dice jail after this. I swear to God. This has been garbage. She does notice. As you glance behind you and you walking away, you watch as from about 100 feet away, she notices that you give her some kind of signal, or you do a weird arm movement, and she picks up on that, and she immediately turns around and dashes, and this white suited guy starts to run after her. And you see her get back to the boat. You start walking, but as you start walking, you watch these other guys that are coming up behind him stop you and say, "Hey, what are you doing, man?" This is just generic Mafia bosses. "Look, I don't know what our Silverring told you, but we can't let you pass until he tells us otherwise." Oh, these fuckers are like 5'11". They're short as shit. Like 5'11", 5'8". There's only 3 of them right now, and the only other one you saw was that guy in the corner, and he has a crossbow. Alright. As you walk past, they're going to try to stop you. Probably not going to succeed, because they're really bad. Just roll me a dexterity check.
My sheet is being slow. One moment.
You're fine.
I think my Google Chrome is just frozen.
The magic.
Do you need to refresh roll 20?
I need to refresh like the entirety of Google Chrome.
Oh no. That's why I use Firefox.
That's whatever. Oh.
What happened?
Oh, like 10 things my browser refreshed all at once.
Oh boy. 13? One of them failed, but two of them rolled a 14, and one grabs your arm, the other like grabs your side as you kind of just like lurch and look behind you and just like, "Hey, we said stay, buddy."
So I thought there was only 2 of them. Where'd you get?
There was 3 of them on the docks, and then a 4th
Yeah.
one. Oh, right, you're right. So it would have been only one of them grabbing you then.
I'm gonna be honest. There's not a chance one of them is stopping me.
He's got a grip on you. You're like kind of dragging him, but he's holding on to you.
Even if I can drag him into the alley, that's
All right.
better than being out in the open.
As you're dragging him into the alley, the other guy's like, "Boss, hey, shit, man." He's just gonna stay on the docks and run after his boss, and then I'm assuming you're avoiding the one with the crossbow.
Yeah, I don't want to get shot.
All right, he's gonna make a warning shot at you. So you're gonna watch a bolt shoot in front of you as you, and I'm assuming you're just gonna keep walking.
Yeah.
All right. As you get into the alley, still grabbing this guy, and the guy that shot the bolt's just like, this motherfucker just doesn't give a shit. What the fuck? This guy's still grabbing, he's like, "Man, I said stop," and he's gonna pull out a dagger, and he's gonna try to roll to hit you. A 7 doesn't hit you, does it?
No.
Fuck. He pulls out this dagger and hits, like, tries to go for your leg, and it, like, bends, because of your stone skin. And looks up at you and, like, does this thing, like, gulp thing.
So
like,
when,
oh, fuck. Yeah.
in the opposite hand, I'm gonna use my cantrip arsenal, and I'm gonna summon a bat.
Alright. Did you
What-
want to
what-
hit him, or are you just, like...
Oh, I'm knocking him out and taking all his items.
Alright, yeah, roll to hit.
I'm gonna roll Firebolt because it's a hit spell.
Okay. Is it the same modifier?
Well, hold on.
It's still a natural 1.
No. Do I get advantage because he's grappling me and it's a melee attack?
Technically no, because
Let me bonk him. We both know it'd be funny.
grappling would entitle that he has you restrained. He has you by the arm. He's not grappling you. You're too big for that.
Come on. Let me bonk him. It'd be funny.
This is fun though, because you rolled a 1 and it's an attack. So I'm actually gonna get you to do a thing. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get to use this.
You're telling me I don't get advantage when this dude is just sitting there.
No, of course not. What? No.
You're a whore.
Roll me a D100. Make 4. Is that the right one? Yes, it is. Alright, so... as you, like, go to hit him with this back, you end up tripping and you lunge forward a little bit too far and miss him. You, like, graze his face just barely, and he goes up, like, slams into the wall, and you run past him, like, back through this alley towards the way you came. Just completely missing it.
God, I hate this.
You're
critical failure table. It's so stupid.
You're prone to attack now. So he's gonna roll an advantage. He's now gonna pull out his pistol. God damn it, dude. Motherfucker. Does a 14 hit you?
I can make it not.
You're gonna cast shield?
I'm tempted.
It's up to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm casting shield.
All right. This bullet comes out and then hits this arcane force that you summon and goes ping, and then it goes into the wall and sparks off, and he goes, huh, oh shit. You're still in his melee range, but at this point, if you want to book it, you can. Like, there's no one else. He's not gonna be able to stop you, and there's no one else to stop you. So I'm not gonna make you roll initiative. So if you want to go, you can go.
Could I knock this dude out in one hit?
You can try to swing at him again, but you risk getting into a fight with this guy or drawing more attention, because you're not really in the alley. You're just right in the start of it. You can definitely try. I would say if you fail this to hit him on the next swing, you're probably going to start drawing more attention. That'll hit him. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, you need to tell me what a bat would be in terms of.
I need to tell you what a bat damage is.
It'd be a club.
Yeah, let me look up a club.
It would be 2d4.
Jesus Christ, really? Fuck.
5 damage.
You don't. I'm assuming you're doing this non-lethal.
I mean,
You said knock him out. You can try to kill him.
Yeah.
If you want.
I mean, I said knock him out, take off his items.
All right. Well, a 5's not gonna knock him out. He's gonna be up, but he looks hurt. You fucking hurt him just now. And at this point, he's gonna. Yeah, you know what? No, he's gonna try to shoot your ass again. Motherfucking! Does a 15 hit you?
I shield again.
God damn. You shield again, and this another bullet, ping right off the shield, right behind you. In this point, you're rolling initiative because you're starting to draw more attention, and the mob in this city are fucking everywhere.
Hold on. Let me quick attack him and just see if I can knock him out before initiative gets called.
All right, one more, right before.
17.
That'll hit him. See if you roll just enough. Oh my
5.
fucking god, you do. So as another shot misses, you fucking hit his head. Is it non-lethal?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
I'll be
you
nice.
knock him out. He falls over. You're gonna spin an action to rummage through this guy.
I'm gonna pick him up and
Alright.
go deeper into the alley before I do so.
As you pick him up and start running into this alley, you hear the clanking of armor as a guard has noticed the commotion in the alley and starts chasing after you. Go ahead and roll me a survival check, and you're going to compete with his survival check. And his is going to be a disadvantage because he doesn't go in the fucking alleyways. That's
Only an 11.
I guarantee this isn't going to go well. You got a natural 20 and a 14.
I mean,
So
14's not terrible.
yeah, so he's gonna catch up to you. You're not lost, but you're not where you want to be currently. As this guard starts catching up to you and says, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Oh, I'm gonna try to convince him that I'm taking a drunk friend home.
All right. Roll me a deception check. At disadvantage, you're carrying a mobster. Yeah, no, he's gonna pull out his sword, and at this point, you're gonna have to roll initiative. With Platinum, if I'm gonna be honest with you, above game, the mob probably pays him more than what you could give him right now.
Fuck.
Yeah. Hold on,
All right.
I'll go
How far
ahead.
away is he?
How far away is he?
Yeah.
He's about 10 feet away from you while we're starting to roll initiative at this point.
Okay.
So we're gonna go. I'm just gonna pull this out for now, and you can just click on that to roll initiative since you don't have your art just yet.
No, it's fine.
Christ. All right.
That was a natural 19.
I have to figure out how to add turns to the order now. I'll add turn. There we go.
That was a natural 19.
really good.
It's almost guaranteed to be first.
Where did I put my guard token? Here we go. Random schmuck over here. Alright, I can't really roll initiative for this guy. I don't have a sheet for him yet. So. Alright. That's just my luck today, ain't it? Alright. So as he's coming up to you about 10 feet away, what would you like to do? Are you running or are you gonna fight up this guy?
How big's this guard?
He's like 5'6". He's not very tall. He's just a standard human guy in armor. He draws a long sword and he has a shield.
Could I attempt to intimidate him?
With your action, sure. Roll me.
That's not worth it.
Yeah, no. It's an action, unfortunately, to do like persuasion and intimidation rolls like that. Because you're taking your action to, you know, like try to scare someone off or convince someone to stop combat.
Let me take a little look. See.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This got interesting fast. Whole person? Oh boy. Am I rolling a saving throw for a guard?
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is his wisdom? Not good. That's what his wisdom is.
Probably a 0 or a negative.
He rolled a 3. So I believe that fails, right?
Yeah, no, he's paralyzed.
All right. Are you just gonna run?
Remind me what paralyzed does.
He can't fucking move or take action.
For a minute.
Yeah. And as long as you're concentrating on that, he's basically seized up. He can't do anything.
So, fun fact. I'm gonna spend the next minute knocking him out too.
All right. So go. Did you want to knock this guy out as well?
And then I'm gonna rummage through both of their belongings.
All right. I think doesn't he get to repeat the saving throw? Or no? Target can make another wisdom saving throw. Yeah. So end of his turn, he's gonna roll again.
And I miss.
Yeah,
so roll
you
it
hit
again.
him. You definitely miss. I get to roll again. Does a 19 beat your save?
Yeah, but it does.
Okay. So now it's your turn.
And now he's free.
Yeah. Now he's within 5 feet of you because you're trying to hit him with the bat. Well, also, by the way, you're carrying an unconscious guy flailing around on your shoulder.
I would have set him down.
Okay. What do you want to do here?
Give me a dex save.
Oh God. 4? No.
Yeah, no, he's taking
3
2 fire damage.
or 5. Okay.
None of that mattered. He's taking 2 fire damage.
All right.
Now I'm assuming that he has to go through that to get to me.
Oh yeah. And he starts in it. So does he take damage again? Or is it that he ends in it? I think Flaming Spear, it's like you end in it, you take more fire damage, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So
That'd be
he's
another
gonna move
2d6.
back.
That'd be another 4.
Yeah. So he's gonna move back on his turn, so he doesn't take that. And
He started there, so he still would have took it.
or even if they start there, I thought it was just that they end their turn.
Well, he's in it.
Well, he's starting his turn now.
Oh, if there's anything on him, by the way, that's flammable, it's gonna light on
Yeah.
fire.
Hold on, let me check Flaming.
Uh,
Oh, no.
it's within 5 feet of it, so unless he moves further than 5 feet away.
Yeah, ends their turn. So he's going to move 10 feet away, and at this point, he can't chase you through this flaming spear because it's in the middle of the alley, and he's going to take more damage. So he's going to try to start running around. So now it's your turn.
Can I just attempt to pick the guy up and leave?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Just, I guess, roll me an athletics check. He'll roll an athletics check to see if he can't run around and try to cut you off.
Can I do acrobatics instead?
Yeah, sure. You rolled a 15. So he comes around and slides and sees you.
I don't get advantage.
I wouldn't say so, no. You're not like a back alley guy or a rogue. You wouldn't be like climbing up onto roofs and shit. You're
Fair
a
enough.
Goliath spellcaster.
All right.
He looks kind of fatigued, but a little bit hardy still. You do have a
Alright.
path behind you. He's 30 feet away, so if you want to try to keep running.
Dude's already starting to be gassed. As I'm running, I'm just gonna hit him with a magic missile.
All right, go for it. Roll me that damage.
How many darts is it?
Wait, you can save on this? I thought it was an auto hit.
No, you can't save on this.
Oh, all right, I was about to say. I think it's 3 darts of 1d4 plus 1.
It's 3d4. 6 damage.
It's plus 1 to each. So I believe it's more than that because it's 1d4 plus 1.
It'd be
so
9.
Yes, so it's 9 damage. He's gonna take that damage to the face and then go down.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna stop and go back and loot him.
This guy's dead.
I didn't stutter.
Well, I guess add a longsword and a shield to your inventory. Just regular, not plus 1 or anything.
No, I'm looking for money.
Oh, money? You don't? Okay. You probably find about, like, 10 silver on this guy.
You just told me the mob was paying him more than a platinum. I feel like I've been robbed.
Yeah, but he's not, like, carrying platinum around on his person. Who the fuck does that? That'd be stupid.
It says the dead guard.
Fucking Goliath looks at the hard camera. What do you mean he doesn't have platinum? I'm assuming you're gonna head back to the to Inn's
No,
place. Or
I'm gonna loot the other guy that I know has a gun.
oh, the mobster. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to give that to you later. But you can grab that, and you're also looting him for money.
Yeah, I'm gonna take all of his things.
He probably has about 5 gold on him. That's about it. Did you want a suit? I don't know if you can wear it. Probably won't fit.
Oh, can I just take it and throw it somewhere?
Yeah, sure. He doesn't really have much on him other than that dagger, that gun, and his suit, and that money.
Oh, I'm gonna use his gun, shoot the guard, make it look he did it.
Fuck, what would that be?
It wouldn't matter because no one's there to check against
Yeah,
it.
but if someone was to check against it.
It would be some intelligence-based check. What do
Just
you
roll straight, yeah, just roll straight intelligence.
I mean, I could do deception with rolling it off my intelligence.
No, Just roll me straight intelligence, because they'll probably. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no. This guy definitely bludgeoned to the head with a massive bullet from this gun. For sure. You'll probably have to leave the gun there, though. For this to work. It works so well because it looks like this guy took out this guard and then passed out after, like, getting bludgeoned himself.
Then sadly, I leave the gun.
Alright. Well, you got 20 platinum, 5 gold, and 10 silver from this. So I think you're doing pretty alright, buddy.
And a sword and shield.
You're taking the sword and shield?
Is it less believable if I do?
Probably, you would think.
Then no.
Alright, well, you leave those behind. That might raise some suspicion if they're robbed, but no one's really gonna check for that until they get more brought in, so oh well, I guess, you know? So do you head back to inns, or where are you going?
Oh yeah, I'm going back to get paid.
Alright. You head back to the old smelly fish shop, walk in the door. I'm assuming you lock it because you just fucking killed a guy.
Yeah.
You walk in, and there's a note on the counter. Inn is an inn. And you also notice that his fishing gear hasn't been taken with him.
Alright, what's the note say?
It looks like it's from Inn. And it's gonna say... It doesn't have your name on it. Because he doesn't really roll like that. He used code name. He'll say, large friend. Looks like this deal of yours might end up going bad. Sorry for the trouble. I'll have to pay you at a later date. You might want to get out of town. The mob knows something's up. And as you look up from this note and look at these dirty-ass windows, you can see a couple guys, like probably about 15 guys in black suits walking up to the door.
So I've got a way out of this building that isn't the front door, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. There's a back exit that goes into the alleys.
Cool.
You look back at the note. It says, P.S. Most of us will be moving to the city of Karth. See you there, friend. And then it says, P.S. Eat this note.
So I could reasonably go get everything of value out of this place and dip.
It doesn't look like you have a lot of time because they're right at the fucking door. And
if he had time to write a note, he had time to gather my things for me.
Well, you probably would have already gotten your things, would you have not?
I'm assuming I'm reading the... I'm gonna get all my things easily, yes.
Alright. It looks like he hastily wrote this note, but sure. We'll say that you're able to go downstairs real quick and grab your shit. And as you come upstairs, this door gets... You hear a crack against this door. They're trying to bash it in.
I'm firebolting all of the lanterns. I'm burning the place down as I leave.
Roll me attack roll.
Because a lantern?
Yeah, I just want to see how it goes. Yeah, that's fine. You watch the lantern crash, and the floor gets set ablaze. And as it slowly starts to go over, you watch as, like, one of the barrels kind of, like, bursts open and kind of does a small explosion. With, like, the fermented fish oil seems to make this flame fucking get even higher. It smells awful. But I assume you go out the back and just fucking book it?
Yep.
Alright. As you run and these angry mobsters from the Mafia make chase as the fucking building that you once worked in and called home is now on fucking fire. You head your way to the city of Karth. Get the fuck out of town. You made out like a fucking bandit.
You're telling
You
me.
got so much money. I'm gonna have to find a way to take that from you real quick. I wasn't expecting you to take the platinum. I'm gonna be honest. I really thought you were gonna fucking just beat some ass. Cause that you would have beaten ass at the docks and then probably gotten away with it. Cause there was no one else there but those 4 guys. But you made a
I took his money.
Yeah, but you made a commotion in the alleyway and then set up a scene in the back, in another back alley where there were more mobsters who were watching you. And then reported back and followed you. I was like, what? Okay. He's not gonna do the fight here, but he's gonna fucking get chased. Alright. Well, for you, the rest of your adventure will pick up in the main campaign for session 1.